That's just weird to mention guardrails against firing people when you rejected a union at your company and fired somebody for organizing.
Yeah, that is absolutely not true. You can say that if you like.
That is true. Look it up.
Fine. So since you
boom,
let's explain. Claim
that guy
number one
watches
is
the
that
Vanguard.
Democrats and Republicans agree on economic issues.
The Vanguard will be there, sir.
Also, shout out to AC Poll. Hey guys, agree with you on Culkin. You see Cenk's trailer on Jubilee. He's getting cooked for union busting, then catching feelings from the jump. Zach, should we take a quick look at this? It got posted on Twitter a second ago.
100%.
Hell yeah. Shout out to you, AC Poll. Thanks for letting us know about that. Really glad that we're going to have the opportunity to react to this because Zach and I are going to be out of town. We'll probably still be able to go live a couple times at least. But yeah, this is good to react to real quick.
We've tried establishment Democrats, complete failures. We've tried establishment Republicans, complete failures. We tried fake populism under Donald Trump, complete failure.
I disagree.
So the only thing we haven't tried is left-wing populism. And you say, don't try it. Go back to the establishment Democrats. Are you crazy?
You can't vote Democrat and then say that, well, because they still support the rich and the rich still get all the tax cuts, I'm still going to cast my vote, which is the most powerful political weapon you have, to the very establishment that you're on one hand trying to tear down.
That's just weird to mention guardrails against firing people when you rejected a union at your company and fired somebody for organizing.
Yeah, that is absolutely not true. You can say that if you like.
That is true. Look it up.
Fine. So since you
boom,
let's explain. Claim
that guy
number one
watches
is
the
that
Vanguard.
Democrats and Republicans agree on economic issues and try to divide us and distract us with culture wars. Democrats don't want to pass their agenda. It's a marketing ploy, not a mission. The Republicans only care about the rich, and everything else is a mirage. Media and money control all of politics. Hi, I'm Cenk Uygur. I'm host of the Young Turks. I'm also founder of Just Democrats Wolfpack and Rebellion Pack, where we're trying to bring the country together. And here I am surrounded by 20 Democrats and Republicans, and I'm going to try to bring them together.
LOL. It doesn't seem nearly as unhinged as the Mehdi Hassan Jubilee. I didn't see anyone be like, go back to fucking Turkey, you fucking immigrant, or anything like that. So I'm glad to see that. But it is pretty funny to hear Cenk called out on the union busting thing. Obviously, it's crazy that Cenk keeps lying about that and gaslighting people. You can literally look it up. There are literal articles written about this. You don't even have to rely on the Vanguard. You don't even have to rely on Hank, who fucking used to work for Cenk and is making an entire documentary about this. You can literally read actual articles that outline this in scrupulous fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, let's just try it out. This guy says Google it. Let's Google Cenk Uygur union busting. Right.
There's the Politico article inside the union. That's a great article. It's genuinely it's honestly terrifying if you read this article to realize just how intense and aggressively anti-union Cenk was.
Yep. So progressive firebrand Cenk Uygur, the CEO, put intense pressure on staffers not to unionize. So we'll go ahead and link to this in the chat. You guys already know if you're listening to this show, but apparently that guy does too. And that's the contribution we've made to the internet, everybody. The Vanguard is known for one thing, and that's taking down the Young Turks.
Yep, 100%. And in addition to reading that article, you guys should definitely check out the first part of Tell the Truth, Cenk, which is a documentary edited and directed by our friend Hank, who's often in the chat. Winners and Losers is his name in chat. And that documentary, maybe you don't like Politico, it's an establishment rag or something. Hank literally lived this, and his documentary includes some just insane examples of behind the scenes union busting and attempted union busting. Luckily, eventually the union, succeeded, but not without Cenk trying everything in his power to stop it.
Yeah, and here's a clear example right here. In another email, Uygur sent to staffers before their vote began, right? So this is manipulating people and intimidating them before they cast a union vote. This week, he again urged his employees to vote no, using arguments that several staffers characterized as typical anti-union talking points often deployed by Republicans. Right. And then he says there's no magic that creates more money by having a union, especially at a company that does not yet make a profit. This is after Cenk had accepted over $20 million in fundraising. OK, I believe it was a Series A. Right. It was official venture capital funding. It was led by Jeffrey Katzenberg. You guys can read all about it. He had that insane cash infusion. And what he wanted to do was instead spend that money not on taking care of his employees, not on making, contracted employees, full-time employees, not by giving people better health insurance, not by expanding what he could offer his employees, but so that he could invest it all in YouTube TV and upgrading the way that they broadcast and having this fingers and more honeypots that would fucking disappear and go down the drain.
100%. Well, I'm glad we were able to react to that. I'm down to, wrap this up so we can cut the clip, get that out before anyone else does. But
Absolutely.
Got a couple more super chats to get through real quick. Shout out to UAC Poll.
Yep. Hey guys, agree with you on Culkin. Oh wait, and yeah, we've reacted to this. So shout out to you. And one more, you said Cabela's for the win. Dad was obsessed with boots. Dude, Cabela's is awesome. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to UAC Poll. Cabela's is awesome.
RIP.
Now it's Bass Pro, but luckily that one in the Legends basically feels like a Cabela's still. So
Yep.
Zach and I can go there when we want some nostalgia. Some hope for Social Network 2. Rutger Hauer deemed a Blade Runner sequel unnecessary, but I like the new one. Yeah, the Blade Runner sequel is one of those crazy things where, like, for years, everyone was like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. This is a stupid idea. Don't do it. And then they did it, and people actually loved it, and it was really well received, even though it unfortunately flopped at the box office, much like the original. So, yeah, that is a good point, Dustbos Fleisch.
Ooh, that's actually really good pushback because I likely would have said, no, I don't give a fuck about this Blade Runner sequel. In fact, I did say I don't give a fuck about this Blade Runner sequel for like 4 years. And then I watched it on my couch one afternoon and I was like, oh my God, I'm kicking myself. I didn't see this in IMAX. I loved it. But anyway, shout out to you. That was the exception, not the rule potentially.
Yeah, shout out to you, Dustbos Fleisch.
And What's His Fuck is an incredible director. He just made
Denis
like
Villeneuve.
Arrival before then or right after that or something like, I mean, like already established himself as like a fucking real auteur filmmaker.
Yeah, that's why I was actually like down with it before when it was announced. I was like, okay, if they're gonna give this to Denis Villeneuve, then I'll be excited.
Yeah. We were just arguing the other day about whether or not Denis Villeneuve was the man in comparison to Christopher Nolan, who was the ultimate filmmaker for the blockbuster. And only one of them's about to direct the new Bond movie. So
One of them's directing the Odyssey.
true.
But I love them both.
I'm just talking shit. Yeah. I saw actually it was the most relatable thing Robbie Suave had ever tweeted. He tweeted out like it was a list of all of the Christopher Nolan movies, and it was like, what an insane run. And he just quote tweeted, and he was like, I agree with everything except Tenet. And it was just like, Tenet is a fucking dog shit.
I actually like Tenet. I rewatched it, and I think it's good. But
Yeah, I love movies where you can't hear it, even if you go to the movie theater and listen to the sound.
that's why you got to put on the subtitles.
That's that right there. Fundamental line in the sand. Like I want to have words with Christopher about that. But anyway,
I don't defend necessarily that aspect of Tenet. I agree the sound mixing is bizarre, but I like the movie. It's
Sure.
It's a weird film.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there. Be there.